Hello, good morning, friends. This is Dr. Tarun Gupta from Mechanical Engineering Department, GL Bajaj Institute of Technology and Management, Greater Noida. Today, we are going to discuss the fifth unit of energy conservation and management. This is our third lecture. We have already discussed two lectures, so this is our third lecture. Friends, the syllabus of fifth lecture of fifth unit of energy conservation and management is energy economics, discount period, payback period, internal rate of return, net present value, life cycle costing, ESCO concept. Friends, out of these two topics we have already discussed energy economics, discount period, rate of return, etc. We have already discussed the rate of return. We are discussing a numerical. Let us say that in 2010 you purchase a shop for rupees 20 lakh. In the next few years your neighborhood have new shopping plaza a couple of miles away, which increase the market value of your shop. So in 2015 you decide to sell your shop. Based on current market value, during this time you were able to sell your shop for rupees 25 lakh. Using the formula, let's calculate the rate of return on your investment. Friends, whenever we want to calculate rate of return, we need two data. One is current value and original value. So as original value was rupees 20 lakh and current value is rupees 25 lakh. So rate of return is current value minus original value whole divided by the original value and multiply by 100 to convert it into percentage. So difference is 25 lakh minus 20 lakh is 5 lakh divided by 20 lakh, which was the original value, and when we multiply it by 100 we will get 25%. So friends, we already discussed that if the value is negative, it means there is a loss. If the value is positive, it means there is a profit. So here the value is 25%, which is positive, which shows that there is a net gain. So 25% per year is the net profit. So net return is 25% per year. Next is simple payback period. Friends, payback period is that periods which gives us the time required to recover the initial investment. Considering only the net annual saving, we can have a simple formula to calculate simple payback period, which is the ratio of initial cost of first cost to the difference of yearly benefit and yearly cost. So by this formula we can calculate simple payback periods, which may be in years, which may be in month, etc. What are the advantage of calculating payback periods? So payback period, a widely used investment criteria. The payback period seems to offer the following advantages. Number one, it is simple both in concept and applications. Obviously, a shorter payback generally indicate a more attractive investment. It does not use tedious calculations. Friends, even a illiterate person can easily understand that in how many times he is able to regain its initial investment. Second, it favors project which generate substantial cash inflow in earlier years and discriminate against project which bring substantial cash inflow in later years but not in earlier years. Friends, if we have two or three options, then in which project we have to invest? The project which gives us a fast payback, so that we can able to earn the profit. If the project is not able to give you the payback in few years, earlier few years, then you have to reject that project. But whenever there are advantages, there are some limitations also. The first limitation is it failed to consider the time value of money. Friend, it means let you are installing a project of rupees 5 lakhs today, and that cost is recovered in 5 years. But friends, the face value of rupees 5 lakh which of today is not be same of in future. Means whatever thing you can purchase in 5 lakhs today, you cannot purchase the same item, same things in future. So the value of money will decrease. Number two, it ignore cash flow beyond the payback periods. Friends, yes, it only consider during the payback periods. Let we are installing a solar panel, and the expected life of solar panel is 25 years. If we are getting finance from a bank for solar panel plant, and we make the calculations by considering rate of interest of bank also, then we can see that in 5 to 6 years the entire amount will be back, or payback period will be 5 to 6 years, but it is not considering after 5 or 6 years, because the expected life of 25 years. So this is the limitation of this payback period system. Friends, we can have an example of this also. Let's say a new small cogeneration power plant is expected to reduce company's annual energy bill by rupees 4,86,000. If the capital cost of solar power plant installation is rupees 22,20,000 and the annual maintenance and operating cost are rupees 42,000, what is the expected payback period for the project? Friends, solution of this is given by the formula that initial cost is 22,20,000 and annual saving is 4,86,000, out of which we are spending rupees 42,000 on annual maintenance and operating cost. So payback period is the ratio of 22,20,000 to the difference of 4,86,000 and 42,000, which comes at 5 years. So in roughly, if there is no major maintenance or there is no major specialization or operator required, then in 5 years the company is able to recover its initial cost, that is 22,20,000. But friends, one thing must be considered here, that company is not taking care for interest on investment. If there is interest on investment, then you have to consider that also, and accordingly you have to calculate payback period. So in most of the cases, interest considered interest is equal to the interest of the bank. So friends, if we are doing that calculation, then payback period may increase. It may be more than 5 years. Friends, this is our third lecture. We have finished our third lecture. You please share your comments in comment box, so that we can increase the quality of the video lectures. Friends, we are making these video lectures very short, so that you can easily download the lectures and you can easily share the lectures. So friends, uh, today this topic is finished. Thank you very much for listening the videos. Thank you.